Hello, my name is Roy Lee Standefer. You never know it by looking out into the peaceful streets here now, but there was a time when Bledsoe earned the nickname of Bloody Bledsoe. Trouble over the Civil War, moonshine, and politics combined form a perfect storm of violence that gave the county a reputation that was known throughout the region and the state in the late 1800s and the early 1900s. At a time when travel could be a day's journey to fetch the sheriff or a deputy sheriff, people were often left to defend for themselves, and sometimes that ended up in someone getting killed and murdered. And sometimes the murderer was never convicted. My mother, Blanche Colson Standefer from Allgood, Tennessee, graduated in 1942 from Tennessee Tech, and when she was offered a job to come in the fall of '42 to teach at Bledsoe County High School, she made arrangements to board with a lady who had a home on Cumberland Avenue, just about 3 blocks west of Main Street. This was a 2-story house. The first night she came to Pikeville, she stayed in the Pikeville Hotel, where First Farmers and Commercial Bank is now. The next night, she moved in with a lady, and during that day, she had met several folks who welcomed her to Bledsoe County. That night, as she went upstairs to go to bed, it was a hot end of August night, and she raised her windows to let a little cool air in. When she laid down, she hadn't been laying there long, and she heard what she thought was a gunshot. The next morning, when she got up, the lady she was boarding with told her that down on Nickel Road that night, someone had come into a bar and killed another man. My mother then wondered if she had come to the right place, because the second night she was in Bledsoe County, someone had been killed. But she stayed and met my father, had children, taught over 30 years to Bledsoe County High School, and lived the rest of her life here in Bledsoe County. For many years, many Bledsoe Countyans refused to talk about the era of Bloody Bledsoe and worked real hard to reverse the ill feelings and hostilities. Your next stop is 1 block down in front of the First Farmers and Commercial Bank.